Welcome, everybody, to beautiful Miami and Hard Rock Stadium, site of this year's Capital One Orange Bowl, part, of course, of the college football playoff. It's time now for the quarterfinals. For the top four seeds, a time to begin their quest toward the national championship. But they run into a battle-tested team already coming off one playoff victory, trying to shock the world here today and make the semifinals. As we'll see the number 8 seed in this playoff, the Alabama Crimson Tide, taking on the top-seeded team in the playoff, the Miami Hurricanes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, here in the booth with Kirk Herbstreit. And here we go, a college football playoff quarterfinal game. We'll see which team's going to be moving on. Kickoff team is out there. Great energy as this playoff game is about to get underway. He's going to return it from near the goal line. He's tackled at the 21. That's where the drive will start. First down play call. How aggressive will it be? Begin with a quick throw to the left. Tackle made at the 37. That's a solid gain.
You know, each receiver brings something a little bit different to the table, Chris. To me, the outside receivers usually are a little bit longer, taller guys. You get those slot receivers in the inside. Not only can they make the catch, but they have quickness to make plays after the catch. Great example of that right here.
Caught behind the line. It's Haverson.
We see this all over the country now in college football. Defensive backs staying back a little bit deeper, forcing the quarterback to have to throw things in front. I like the decision here by the quarterback because he gets positive yards. It's a good way of staying ahead of the chains.
A gain makes it second and medium. Here's the option play. The back's got it on the pitch. And he'll be smothered right at the line for no gain.
That's a great play all around by this defense. Your first-level defenders hold their own at the point of attack, allowing the second and third-level players to roam free and make the tackle close to the line of scrimmage.
Offense looking to keep the drive going here. Third and short now from the 44. Looking to pick up the first down through the air. Oh, the quick throw falls incomplete. So on their first drive of the game, they'll go for it in their own territory. They'll change the pre-snap look now. Needs a completion here on fourth down. Makes the catch, and that is enough for a first down. Brought down, it crosses midfield to the 46. The Hurricanes pick up enough yards to move the sticks. Ending off on the draw play. Tackle made after a nice pickup on the play.
Boy, this back is running very well today and living up to so many great backs that they've had over the years at Miami. Edgerrin James and Frank Gore and Willis McGahee and Clinton Portis. All those guys won a lot of games and ran the ball well. Right now, they got to be loving what they're seeing from this back.
First down, looking to throw the football. Makes a quick grab. Tackle made after the completion. Made the catch, but he was surrounded for not much room to run.
They did a really good job that time of leveraging him out in space. I thought he might have a chance to be able to shake loose because he is so elusive. But defense, as you said, did a really good job in the open field surrounding him. Just nowhere for him to go to pick up any more positive yards.
Quick throw, catch made on the out route. Ball carrier heads out of bounds, but the pickup is good enough to move the chains. First down. The Canes will line up on first and 10. Handoff to the back. They bring him down, but that's a solid gain on the play.
Well, this is exactly what you want to see as an offense to open up a football game. Everything seems to be working, whether they're running the football, as we saw right there, able to protect, throw the football with timing and rhythm, everything on full display for this offense to let this defense know they could be
And he scores. Touchdown, Canes. You come out in the playoff game, Kurt, no signs of a rust for the offense immediately.
Yeah, no jitters at all. After the layoff, I wondered how they might be able to come out and communicate and actually just the rhythm to the offense. But they did not hesitate. They set the tone early. Now they got themselves a lead.
Here's the kickoff team now, set to boot this one away. And the return man decides to signal fair catch. This line getting set up. It's a first down play. Looking out throwing here to start the drive. He's moving out of the pocket. And that's incomplete. Even on a first down pass attempt, he felt heavy pressure.
Well, this defense has been incredible all year long, and they continue to be that way in the postseason. Just getting after this offense, whether it's putting pressure on the quarterback, great coverage downfield. Right now, they are dominating this game.
First down here for this offense. A quick throw out left, complete. A solid 8-yard gain brings up a 2nd and 2.
I think it's important to kind of let your quarterback get into a rhythm early in the game. Sure, you'd love to see the big gains, but plays like this allow the quarterback to get settled into the game, find his rhythm, and then he can make the bigger plays later on.
Short connection to the tight end here. That's a big game before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks more than enough for a first down.
You know, Chris, you think about it, efficiency has always kind of been the description of a great Alabama quarterback. Man, think about the playmakers that they've had over the last few years at this position. Jalen, Tua, Bryce Young recently. Just a different level of quarterback play and really gives this offense an edge to it.
Incomplete, so it's 2nd down and 10.
Well, this quarterback and his receivers have got to get on the same page. They've got to find a rhythm if they want to move the ball down the field.
But they tackle him after just a 2-yard gain, so it sets up a 3rd and 8.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound. It's really solid defense on that play.
Back to throw. It's Harris. Sacked on heavy pressure there.
Well, you got to do a better job with your fake as the quarterback. The defense did not bite at all on the play action, allowing them to continue to come after the quarterback and come up with that sack.
And at 4th down, they'll punt it away here. And the punt coverage team able to touch it, so no return on the play.
Well, the coverage unit does their job here. They're fired up, and they should be. And of course, the punter got some help from his friend, the football, right? What a kick to set them up in a good spot for the defense to go to work.
And the Hurricanes offense retakes the field. The big fullback's got it here. Well, they feed the fullback here, and the big fella with a solid gain there.
Yeah, there aren't a whole lot of college offenses that still display a fullback. It sure is nice to see a guy that not only can block most of the game, but occasionally get his hands on the football and get some positive yards.
2nd down, they're going to throw it. It's a quick grab. And he picks up the first down before they get him to the ground.
Well, it's a game of matchups. Always has been and it always will be, especially on the perimeter. And the quarterback believes his guy is better than their guy.
Offense moving receivers around now before the snap. Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. There's a loss after the completion. That's a good play by the defense. Offense getting set for a 2nd down here to begin the quarter. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun, looking for a receiver. Punt over the middle. It's Harris. And it works. The first down to the 35.
Chris, all week they heard about how fast this guy is. The defense coordinator told them they watched the film. They've seen this guy a lot. But I think the reality of seeing it now in person, I think it's surprised them. They've got to make some adjustments to their defense, or this guy and his speed will continue to have a field day.
It's incomplete. He was hit as he threw. Good pass rush there on first down.
Man, you got to love this if you're defensive coordinator. It's all about affecting the quarterback and getting pressure on him. This time they got to him and forced that incomplete.
Lofting it toward the left sideline. They try a downfield shot. That's a good effort there. But now it's third down.
You know, I like the quarterback's patience here, and instead of trying to force the issue and squeeze the ball into coverage, he just decides to just basically throw it away and live for the next down.
Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. The pass is off target. He got hit as he threw as the third down pressure works.
Well, the defense picks the right time to get after this quarterback. Third down, critical down and distance. Do a good job of dialing things up and good coverage downfield. He didn't have anywhere to go with the ball.
And the coverage team gets the returner to the ground. Here comes the Alabama offense onto the field. They were forced to punt last time. Can they get this offense going finally? Get some points out of this possession. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there. Now it's second down here. An inside give now from the shotgun. Breaks loose at the 40. And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
Big runs like this are just demoralizing for a defense. It's one thing to give up big plays over your head against the pass game. When teams can run the ball and pick up yards like this, it really affects the team's mental psyche and their confidence. And you'll start to see some missed tackles following a play like this.
Second down play coming up. Same tailback, another carry. They bring him down just short of the marker, inches away from a first down.
Chris, you know, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively. I've been always impressed with the defenses that really build their defense to play in space, still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
This Alabama offense is moving quickly down the field. They'll switch it up, looking to throw. From the pocket, delivers over the middle. And a nice first down gain there. They get him down, but very close to the first down marker.
How about the offense here dialing up a good zone beater? Let's give credit to the coordinator for calling the right play at the right time and the receiver finding the hole in that zone.
Back to pass. It's Harris. Trying to create outside the pocket now. And the sophomore making an impact play.
Well, it's another sack for this defense, Chris. If I'm not mistaken, they got a lot of pressures. I think that's their second sack of this game. And this defense has a lot to do with why they have this nice lead here early in the game.
So it's third and short from the opponent's 28. Let's see what the play call is here. They're already in field goal range. They're thinking about the end zone. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. Alabama looking to convert on fourth down here. Pre-snap motion from the receiver. That's a design quarterback keeper. And he's not going to get there. The defense rises up and makes a huge fourth down stop.
Chris, how about this? The offensive coordinator decides to run the quarterback on a design run to try to catch the defense napping, but the defense was not having it at all. Waiting for that play to be run, comes up with a nice stop to get the ball back.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Quarterback making adjustments now to what the defense is showing. Looking to pass here on second down. Makes a quick catch. And he'll get the first down yards before they finally bring him down. It's the 2-minute warning of this close, competitive first half. High completion, good for a first down. The offense working with a new set of downs here. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun. Quick throw to his receiver. It's caught downfield. Not much after the catch, but it is good enough for a first down.
Boy, another positive game for this offense, and this quarterback continues to show how dangerous he is when he has time to throw. The defensive coordinator's got to change up his looks, maybe bring in the blitz, anything they can do to get this quarterback out of this rhythm.
They get him down, but not before he moves the football to the 32.
Man, nothing is more aggravating for a defensive coordinator than this right here. You've got it. You've got a chance to make a play on him, take him out of his rhythm, but instead, this guy gets away from that pressure.
Down goes the quarterback. It's a sack. Cade's up the line looking to crank up the tempo. Quarterback looking to throw it on second down. And he slings this pass over the middle. Touchdown, Hurricanes. This quarterback on fire today.
This guy can do it all. We've seen him go behind coverage and make plays downfield. We can see him catch the ball underneath, just like this. And when he catches a football, he is so dangerous after the catch. This one leads him into the end zone for the 6 points.
So the offense gets momentum scoring before halftime. Now the kickoff. We'll see if the defense can get a stop and preserve that momentum. And he stopped at the 20, trying to make something happen, but that's good coverage there. Here comes the Crimson Tide offense onto the field. Backed up this close to the red zone in the final minute. Let's see if they just decide to take care of the football and look toward the second half. Hit as he releases it, and the pass ball is incomplete.
Well, it's pretty simple. The defensive line does a great job of getting after the quarterback and forcing him into that incompletion.
So second down after the incompletion. No press coverage. The DB's backing up now. To throw, it's Harris. And he'll loft this one deep to the left side. And the pass is dropped. Would have been a big game, but he couldn't hold on.
Man, Chris, I don't know if that was a bad read by the quarterback or a bad route by the receiver. They got to get this cleaned up before the next time they go through the air.
So a tricky situation here. Third and very long inside your own 20. How much of a risk do you take? You know this defense could be very aggressive at this moment. There's a screen pass to the running back. Good job of the defense to fight through the blocks on that screen. He's short of the first down marker. And now the defense decides to spend a timeout to regroup a bit. Here comes the punter onto the field. And he'll kick it away now for the second time. On the return, it's Havrisset. And they've got the returner corralled. So they start the drive looking for some late fireworks here, less than 30 seconds before halftime. Quarterback making some changes at the line. First play of the drive, looking to throw the football. He's hit as he throws it. And it's incomplete. Even on a first down throw, he was under some heavy pressure. So the offense takes the field in the final seconds of the half. Chance for just a couple more plays. They look to throw it here on second down. And he lofts it toward the left sideline. And it's caught inside the 10. And he takes it all the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Miami.
That's what makes this guy so dangerous as a wide receiver. He can catch the ball underneath, shake and bake and go by you, or use his speed to get around you and make a big play like this for a touchdown.
PAT is good. So an important touchdown is before halftime. Not much time for the opposing offense to try to answer before the break. And here's the return from inside the 5. Coverage team brings down the return. This will likely be the last play of the half. Ball handed off. They get him to the ground about the 18-yard line. And that will do it for the first half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update. And the Canes will kick this away to get the second half going. Fields it just outside the goal line. Solid job by the coverage team. They bring him down at the 16. So here comes the Alabama offense back onto the field. They get the second half started with the running play. Solid run, moves the ball out across.
I think this defense keeps thinking about them throwing the football, and by doing that, they're opening up running lanes. Good positive yards there by the running back.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Back in motion now. Handoff here from the shotgun. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Chris, I'll be really honest with you. I don't know why they continue to try to run the football. I'm all about balance. I'm all about trying to make sure defense has to defend the run and the throw. But at this point in the game, they haven't been able to run the ball. They're going to have to go through the air if they're going to come back and take the lead in this game at some point.
The stop made at the 45, but enough for a first down.
Man, this quarterback can play the game. He can throw, and as we see here, he can run the football. The defense does everything that they need to with the pressure. They look like they're in good position to be able to come up with a nice play on him, but instead, he shows how he can slip out of the back door of this defense and pick up a nice gain.
Still looking for that elusive touchdown, but finally this offense is moving. First down and 10. Looking to throw. It's Harris. Lets it fly to the wideout. And the pass is intercepted as he throws into double coverage that time.
Well, this defense has been great the entire football game here. They knew they had a lot of pressure on them in the playoff. They stepped up and played well all game long, and now they get a critical interception here late in this game.
And they'll try to pick it up on the ground. And the sophomore able to bring him down quickly.
The defense coordinator this week all week telling us about gap integrity, not giving this running back any creases at all. Really sound defense on that play.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Here's the snap. Offense looking to throw the ball. Running back has it on a screen now. They're finally able to stop him, but the defense is fooled a bit on that screen play. It's a solid gain for a first down.
Another big play by this offense, and it continues to be the pass game. Between the offensive line, the receivers running good routes, and this quarterback making really accurate throws, they are dynamic and a tough offense to stop.
Stop after a small gain. Now looking at 2nd and 9. Here's the snap. Looking to throw here. They give the running back a touch in the pass game. Catch made over the middle. He's brought down, but a solid gain moves the ball across midfield to the 41. The Hurricanes are looking to keep this drive going. It's an out route. The catch made. Breaks one tackle, gets brought down, but picks up some decent yardage.
Chris, it's so much fun to watch the athleticism at the wide receiver position nowadays. The ability to make plays on the outside is extraordinary. And they bring a certain toughness, too, that catches my eye.
It's a run. Running back's got it. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. Well, they don't block the defensive end, who shows some quickness, Kirk, getting around the edge that time.
Yeah, this guy's usually getting around the edge to put pressure on the quarterback, but he reminds everybody here that this guy's a complete package. Not only can he pressure the quarterback, but also he is very, very talented and shows you the physicality he has against the run as well.
Incomplete. He was hit as he threw the football there on third down. The Hurricanes will line up to kick it away. We're going to kick it away for the second time. And the returner is tackled by this punt coverage team. Alabama's offense coming back onto the field. They had it going on the last drive, but it ended abruptly with the interception. Let's see what they can do here. And they'll run it out of the shotgun. Tackle made on the play at the 29-yard line.
How about the offensive line here? Just a hat on a hat, opening up just enough room for the back to squeeze through there for a nice gain.
First down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? They're going to run it here. The gain is 3 yards, so 2nd and 7.
Nice job here of controlling the line of scrimmage by this offensive line. The back does what he needs to do to get positive yards on first down.
It's a deep throw down the right sideline. And it's picked off. He throws it right into double coverage and pays for it. They get him down after a short return, but interception gets the football back to the offense at the 36. And the Miami offense is back on the field. Out of the shotgun, he hands it off. They tackle him behind the line, a loss of 4.
Chris, I think we all kind of get caught up in third down. What is an offense doing on third down? But I think what's also important is how well you defend first down. If you can hold your opponents to a short gain or a tackle for a loss, you throw the offense out of whack, and their game plan gets much more challenging to try to come up with that first down.
Play action fake, looking to throw. Finds that big tight end for a short pass. A big hit by the linebacker, able to knock him down.
Chris, much like we saw in the first half, this quarterback can put the ball right on the money. Now, you know the defensive coordinator at halftime spent all the time he could with his secondary to come up with answers on how to try to slow this guy down.
It's complete. What a grab near the sideline. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down. The Canes begin a new series here, 1st and 10.
For this offensive line, you got to tip your cap. They've done everything you would ask of them in taking care of this quarterback. They do it again here on third down, working with that lead. You know the pressure's coming, and they deliver.
Offense coming to the line. They might have a chance for a couple more plays before we reach the end of the quarter.
Miami 21, Alabama 0.
Here we go. First play of the quarter. Offense setting up for a 2nd down play. Quarterback drops back, probing the secondary. Caught quickly. They make the stop, but not before a solid gain that time. The freshman quarterback showing what a cannon he's got.
I just continue to be in awe of this offense. Even with the lead, these guys are going to play for 60 minutes. They do not let up. Here they are. Typically, you want to run the football here to work the clock, but these guys stick to the game plan and keep throwing the football, trying to get more yards.
The Canes are in the red zone. Here's a quick throw off the play fake. Brought down, but it's past the line to gain.
Well, they love going to this guy in the slot, don't they? What a mismatch inside. He reels in another one. This guy's automatic.
Looking to throw it on first down. Grab behind the line. It's Barnes. Brought down after the catch, but at the 8-yard line. The offense threatening here.
Chris, the more we watch these spread offenses attack in today's game, it's not just about the vertical shots with the taller receivers on the outside. Defenses are challenged even more by those smaller slot receivers and their quickness in space.
Man, it looks like the quarterback's going to run it. And they stop him just short of the end zone. The offense set up with a 1st and goal now. And the Canes hustle to the line to run the hurry up. And the quarterback tucks it and takes off as a design run. We're able to get him down.
Well, anytime you use your quarterback as a runner, the goal is obviously to hit some big plays. You've got to be careful of letting your quarterback take too many big hits.
Touchdown for the U. Stretching the lead. This one is getting ugly.
Nice safe ball here for the touchdown. The quarterback does a nice job of just kind of waiting to find the crease behind that centering guard. Found it, got low, and found the end zone.
Attack on the BHC again, and it's 28-0. Kickoff team has come on the field now to send this one away. And he takes this from inside the 5. He'll be tackled at the 18. That's good coverage there.
And the Alabama offense will take over first and 10.
Here comes the Alabama offense onto the field. This drive is important. Last one ended in an interception. Let's see if they can get it going here. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Well, the back just had nowhere to go. How about the defensive line? They eat up all the blocks up front, freeing those linebackers up to be able to make the play. Just a bad play all around for this offense.
Dropping back. It's Harris. Running out of time in the pocket. He's going to take off here. Finds room at the 30. Out of bounds, but not before a huge gain. Offense gets a fresh set of downs.
Man, it is fun to watch this guy get out in the open field. I didn't realize he could run like this. That's a big gain for this offense.
So the offense with the 1st and 10 now. The football placed exactly at midfield. He's hit just before the throw. That's incomplete. Even on a 1st down pass attempt, he felt heavy pressure. Offense getting set up. Here's 2nd down.
Well, this defense has been lights out all year long. In fact, it's been one of the best pass defenses in the country. Big reason why they're in this playoff, and they're living up to that standard today.
So the offense getting set. This is not where you want to be against this defense. 3rd and long. Dropping back. We're going to throw for the 1st down. Receiver makes the catch. Defense wraps him up after a 6-yard gain. Brings up 4th down.
I really like what this defensive coordinator is doing right now. He's got a nice lead. Just sit back. The most important thing is tackling this offense inbounds so that clock will keep ticking.
Moves the football to the 30. Good enough for a 1st down.
It makes sense going for it here. You're kind of in that no man's land depending on how much faith you have in your kicker. And if you don't get it, your opponent still has a ways to go. Now you pick it up and you can go get a touchdown.
And they'll stop him after a fairly minimal pickup.
You know, in the era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense is countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example of a defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage, not give up big run plays.
They flip it to him on the jet sweep. And he's swallowed up at the line. Could not get past that big defensive tackle. Offense been in reverse here. Now a long way to go to convert this 3rd down. Dropping back. They're going to throw for the 1st down. Nowhere to go. The ball knocked loose. Defense jumps on the ball. It's a turnover.
How about this defense flying in there trying to get their hat on the ball? They do, and they're able to pounce on it for a big turnover.
And here comes the Miami offense back out onto the field. What a satisfying feeling for this team. Just run out the clock and let the celebration begin. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Things just appeared to be a bit out of sync from the get-go on that one. Give credit to the front 7 of that defense for staying in the proper lanes and getting to the ball carrier, not let him dance around and make something out of nothing.
So this one is tucked away. Time for victory formation. And the offense will just take a knee.
Well, this is what you hope for. Have a chance to just take a knee in this game and advance in the playoff.
Not going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a first down. Of course, in the playoffs, it's survive and advance. This is a crucial W. Great performance, but now the stage gets even bigger. The challenges will continue going forward.
Yeah, more and more pressure will grow as this team continues to win football games. But you and I have been around this team all year long. So impressed with the emotions and how they're able to contain themselves, stay focused on the task at hand. They did that again today. They advance. Cannot wait to watch and see what they can do next week.
And that is going to wrap it up. We enjoyed this one here. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.